So guys, I need your help. Currently, I'm in dilemma whether I should buy a house or keep renting out. I know the market is stable right now and the chances of market going high is very much higher in the next 5 or 10 years. And right now I'm living into the southern part of the Ontario where I'm paying decent amount of the rent. So I thought of buying a house, and because I am a person of numbers, I like to do a tons of calculations. And since this is gonna be the biggest investment of my life, I have done some calculations. I have done the side-by-side comparison of the cost while I'm buying the house versus while I'm renting right now. And the numbers are very interesting. Let me tell you in the advance. The investment difference that I will be having at the end of 25 years, whether I am investing right now, all the difference rather than buying a house, or if I'm buying a house and paying the mortgage, the amount of the wealth that I will be having at the end of 25 years is having a significant difference. And I wanted you to see that difference too, because if you are planning to buy a house, I think this video is gonna be really helpful, especially if you are in Canada. So without further ado, let me start this video very much quickly. Okay, so before buying a house, especially in Canada where the house's prices is too much, you need to do your affordability test, like for how much of your total income, whether your wife is earning too or is the family income, you need to see how much bank is willing to give you money, or how much worth of amount that you can be capable of taking the loan of. And for that, we are going to check the affordability test. Right now, I'm just using the Realtor CA website. Over here, just select any house, go in the calculator at the end and go on the affordability. So let's say in general, your annual income is around 100,000. Mine is around the same. That's why I'm using the 100,000. I have the down payment around 45,000. That's around 10% of the house that I'm looking for. I'm looking for the loan, the amount for the next 25 years. The area does not matter in order to calculate these. And if I see over here how much I can afford, it tells me that total mortgage can be around $450,000. And this is what I have calculated in the advance. If we go over here, I have tried to summarize it in the Excel file. So my annual income is 100,000. I am planning to buy a house worth of 425,000. With the down payment of 10%, I'll be paying $42,500 as a down payment. Now the interest rate. On an average interest rate, if you see in the Canada from the last 25 years, I have come to know that it is ranging around 4.5%. Currently, the variable rate for the mortgage is around 3.5% and the fixed rate is around 3.95%. Let's take the maximum 4.5, and if you do the down payment of $42,500, you will have to take the loan of $382,000 from the bank for the next 25 years. Now the affordability test shows that I can easily afford $450,000 worth of house easily based on my income and the expenses. Let's say my target is to buy a house worth of $425,000. The place does not matter. I'm gonna pay the 10% down payment. Since I'm not paying 20% down payment, I will have to take some insurance, and on top of that, I will have to pay the mortgage too. That will be included in your mortgage. I will be taking this loan for the 25 years, and as we discussed in the earlier case, we'll be putting the maximum interest rate on 4.5%. And in this scenario, our monthly mortgage will be $2,183. Now, since I'm in Canada, I will be buying the house for the first time. I will get kind of a rebate, and based on over here, you can see I can get the rebate of $4,000, and the land transfer tax will be only $975. But in order to close the house, on top of whatever I do the down payment, I will have to pay some extra lawyer fees worth of $1,000, let's say, title clearance of $900, home inspection worth of $500, and the appraisal fee worth of $300. So on the day of closing, I need to pay at least $47,124 out of my pocket, although my down payment is just for $42,500. But definitely I will have to pay some money to the lawyers, to the mortgage agent, and everything else. Now here is the most interesting part where the calculation comes in. Let's say on the mortgage of $2,183, my property tax will be around $244. Now here the hidden cost that nobody talks about is the maintenance cost. Since we are buying a house, we will be the owner of that house, and the house will be needing kind of maintenance over the period of time. Let's calculate that the maintenance cost will be around 1% per year. So 1% of the $425 is around $4,000. And if we divide it by 12, let's say the monthly maintenance cost will be $244. Right now, I am paying utility of $250, assuming that the same utility will be there in my new house too. So if I want to buy a house, my fixed cost that I will have to pay from my pocket at any cost will be $2,921. Let's put it back into the Excel sheet. And if I talk about my current expenses, right now my monthly rent is net $1,750. As I mentioned earlier, my utility is on an average around $250. That means if I wanna rent a house, I need at least $2,000 versus if I want to buy a house, I need at least $2,921. That is directly $921 more. Now, if you buy a house, we need some food too to eat. We need some shelter on our head too. We need to have a car. We need to pay some installments of the car too so that we can communicate to the workplace. Those all costs are divided based on your needs and your wants. And now if you see here, my on an average needs from the last 6 months is around $3,638. And this definitely includes my rent as well as the utility. So let's summarize it over here. My average need from the last 6 months is around 3,638. My average want, that includes my going on a vacation, having a pizza party on a Friday night, going for a movie or going on a small vacation. Average need is around $1,426. So overall, we can say that if I want to buy a house and if I want to follow the same lifestyle that I am following, I need at least $5,975 versus if I am currently renting out, I just need $5,054. So there is a basic difference of $970. If I want to buy a house, I need to pay on top of $5,000. Then I can afford a house easily in the next 25 years. Now forget about the expenses. The main question is that how much is left at the end of this month in our hand. For that, we need to know my average monthly salary. If I see my whole past statement for a year, on an average, I am earning around $7,118. That is after paying the tax. If we consider this value, if I buy a house, I can still have more than $1,000 in my hand. Versus if I keep renting out, I can still have more than $2,000, almost double money in my hand if I keep renting out for the next 25 years. Now, based on these two numbers, what do you think? Whether I should buy a house or I should still renting out because I'm saving almost double in my hand. But I think making just a decision based on seeing these numbers, it is too early to make the decision. We should deep dive into that. And like, let's say if you are left with, let's say $5,000, but if you are not investing it anywhere, there is no meaning. So let's see how much we can able to invest for the next 25 years versus we are buying, and what can be our total wealth in difference of buying and versus renting. So if we go deep dive into it, we should not forget that whenever we pay some mortgage, we also pay some principal amount on top of the interest. And in this case, let's say if you open a calculator, we are taking mortgage of $385,000 over the span of 25 years. That means every year we are investing $15,000, and if we take it for a month, on an average we are investing $1,283. Let's put $1,275 over here. That means from our mortgage, if we pay it for the next 25 years, from our mortgage itself, we are also investing $1,275 in our house itself. We are building equity in our house. Now, in a bad thing over here while renting is that when we pay the rent to the landlord, it just go into the vein. It does not create any much wealth. It does not create any much return. It just go directly into the pocket of the landlord. Now, since we are building our equity by paying mortgages, our equity should grow to over the span of next 25 years, right? On an average, your house price get increased by maximum 5% every year for the longer span. So let's say we are investing $1,275 per month in our mortgage, right? If we expect 5% return over the span of next 25 years, as you can see over here on the screen, our total investment would have become around $762,439. Let's write it down over here. Now let's say we are also investing whatever is left in our hand, because we already have, let's say we already have accumulated enough amount of the emergency fund. We do not have any emergency expenses coming into the picture, and we want to invest all the difference, that is what we are left in our hand. So let's assume that you are investing into the stock market that can give you on an average around 8% return. You are investing $1,143 per month for the next 25 years. You can accumulate wealth more than $1 million over here. So let's just summarize it over here. So your house at the end of the 25 years will be worth of $750,000 or more, you might have more than $1 million in your investment account because you have invested the difference, whatever is left. Total, if you buy a house, you can have a net worth of more than $1.8 million. Yes, that's true. Now let's see the same scenario if we are renting out. So if we are renting out, we are having $2,064 in our hand. If we invest these dollars, 2064, for the next 25 years at the rate of 8%, including the inflation, we can have more than $1.9 million in our hand if we are just renting out and investing whatever is left at the end of the month. The basic difference between the wealth if you are buying house or if you are renting house is around more than $100,000. And if we calculate for a month, we are saving around $398 if we keep renting out. And if you want to buy a house, our wealth will be $400 lower per month. So basically in this whole calculation, $398 is the biggest decision factor. If you want to save these $398, you will have to keep renting out. If you want to keep renting out, you will have a flexibility of moving out anywhere, at any time. You do not need to worry about foundation to a particular place. If your job got changed, if you are finding a good job with a better rate, you can move out of your renting house anytime without single notice. Let's say if you found a better job in the new province, you can move out of your house which you are renting right now, have no liability. You can just send a notice to the landlord, you can vacate the house. If you are renting a house, you do not need to worry about the down payment that you need to pay if you are buying a house. Let's say you are having a really tiresome day at your workplace, you really want to have some peace and calmness of the mind. You can come to your personal house, you can see your kids playing into the front yard or the backyard. You will have a place called home for the next 25 years. And on top of that, you are paying the mortgage, right? But unknowingly, you are investing also. So if you are not a very regular investor, you do not invest on a regular basis by paying mortgage, it is making you invest unknowingly for the next 25 years. And the best thing about buying a house is that, let's say if you sell this house worth of $425 today, and let's say if that house grows at the rate of 5%, at the end of 25 years, your house value will be around $798,000. When you sell that house, the government does not take any income tax on top of that. So that means whatever you sell that house for, that money will totally come in your pocket right away without paying any single dollar to the government. However, let's say if you are investing all the money that you have left with while you are renting house, let's say even though it becomes $2 million, when you take that money out from your account, you will have to pay income tax on top of that, especially if you do not invest into some tax shelter saving account. So buying a house versus renting a house is a big universal question, and I believe this calculation would have definitely helped you to understand your current situation too. I can leave the link of this Excel file into the description. You can download and you can play around that. And if you are planning to buy a house, you make sure into the comment box that what does this calculation mean to you. I hope I literally could help you to enhance your financial knowledge at least by a bit, and if I did so, I would really appreciate if you can subscribe to this channel, because this really motivates me to make similar videos now as well as in the future too. Until I see you into the next video, you really take care of yourself, earn more, invest more, repeat the strategy, and I will see you into the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.